What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This here is Legitical Response. We cover political news, keep you up to date, and keep you informed with everything that the government does. And the government's doing a lot right now. You know, Congress is on the track to be the least productive Congress in U.S. history. Probably, to be honest with you, as far as legislature goes, because we are so hyper-polarized right now. Nobody can agree on anything. The Democrats have gone insane, and they expect, the corporate press expects for Republicans to get stuff done when Democrats are proposing insanity as legislation. No. I'm sorry. Of course we're going to have the least productive Congress in U.S. history. But we also have some Republicans that are just rhinos, uniparty establishment pricks that don't care about their constituents. And it's like, how the hell do these people get voted back into office? You people. You guys out there are the ones that do it. Me, you, everybody else in this country that just goes and votes blue or votes red and doesn't look into who the hell they're voting for. Don't vote in the primaries. That's the most important elections in this country. If you want change, listen, Democrats and Republicans, if you want change in this country, if you want a very productive Congress, go vote in the primary. That is, like I said, the most important way to get somebody new into Congress. But, you know, they say Congress is the least productive Congress in history, but as far as investigations go, they're probably the most productive Congress in U.S. history. And there has been no shortage, absolutely no shortage, of things to investigate, if you will. We've got the absolute corruption of the Biden administration, where there's several avenues of investigation that Republicans, and it's only Republicans, Democrats, every time they get into these investigations, they try to tear it down like, oh, this is bullshit. You shouldn't be investigating the Biden administration. We've got other issues. Yeah, we sure do have other issues, but those issues start with the corruption of the Biden administration. But the Democrats, they have to hold up their party for some reason. They can't be normal people and see the corruption of the Biden administration. You see how they denying oversight, denying Supreme Court orders, and just doing stuff anyway. Yeah, they can't see that and be like, holy crap, yeah, this is getting out of hand. Maybe we should put a halt to this. So it's just Republicans doing it. And Republicans have investigated a lot, and we've learned a whole hell of a lot about all kinds of topics, right? Like, we have a litany of things I could list. But now we have another one. Check this out. Manhattan DA agrees to testify before House GOP over Trump hush money trial. You notice they said House GOP, right? Because the corporate press knows that the Democrats are going to do everything they can to stop Republicans from investigating Democrats, right? And then they say, oh, they're trying to arrest and jail their political rivals. No, they're trying to go after criminals. That is what investigations are for. They investigate a topic to find, hey, there was some criminal activity here. Maybe we should prosecute on this. Malicious prosecution is a thing in this country. So we've just seen a very substantial instance of malicious prosecution. So naturally, the Judiciary Committee, led by Jim Jordan, they're going to investigate and go after this. And if there is some political malfeasance, or if there is some judicial malfeasance going on, they're going to look into it, certainly. But that's not going to stop the Democrats from yelling, oh, they're playing partisan politics. No, they're investigating crimes. Absolutely. Don't let the corporate press fool you into thinking that the GOP is just playing political games. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg has agreed to testify before a House Judiciary Committee panel over former President Trump's recent hush money trial, which resulted in the first conviction of a former president. Yeah, that's right. But the vast majority of the country still believe that that was a political persecution, and Trump is innocent of those crimes. Regardless, even if he was guilty, it's a bookkeeping crime. Yeah, falsifying business records. But, I mean, we could get into that, but I've talked about that enough. I think you guys understand where I sit on that one. Bragg's response comes after House Judiciary Chair Jim Jordan demanded in a letter, oh, another strongly worded letter, y'all. Yeah, They are beating the Democrats over the head with strongly worded letters. Last month at Bragg and Matthew Coangelo, another prosecutor in the case, testify at a June 13th hearing on the unprecedented political prosecution of President Trump. Now, the prosecutors responded Friday saying the office was committed to voluntary cooperation, the district attorney's counsel, Leslie Dubeck, said in a letter obtained by The Hill. Dubeck told Jordan in a letter that Bragg would be available to testify at an agreed-upon date, but said the proposed time presented various scheduling conflicts. Oh yeah, it always presents various scheduling conflicts. We need to move the date, and there's always going to be that. That's just an excuse, right? Like, you don't just dismiss a congressional subpoena to go testify before Congress. That is not something to just brush off as, oh, well, there's a scheduling conflict. No, you make room on your schedule to go testify, because House Judiciary is the top overseers of the judicial system in this country. In case these people don't know that, you can't just brush off oversight, by the way. You have to comply with oversight, and the Biden administration and Democrats just love brushing off oversight. They don't care. They want to do what the hell they want to do. They think they're untouchable. They think, oh, you can't touch me. You're not an overseer. You can't tell me what to do. Oh, bullshit. You people need to get a grip on reality and realize that you are not the end. You are not the end-all, be-all of the judicial system. Everything is on the table as to what is next. Stephanie Farrell, Jordan's spokesperson, said in a statement to The Hill. The former president was convicted by a New York jury last week on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records to conceal hush money payments to an adult film star, Stormy Daniels, during his 2016 White House campaign to buy her silence over an alleged past affair, which he denies. Trump's sentencing was set for July 11th, just 4 days before the Republican National Convention takes place in Milwaukee, as he is expected to be named the official GOP nominee. Yeah, you love the timing of that, huh? You love the timing of all these. They allow the statute of limitations to expire on this and then decide that, oh, well, hang on, we can't prosecute him just for the falsifying business records anymore. That would violate the statute of limitations. So let's put a multiple choice together and raise it to a felony so we can go ahead and charge him just before he gets elected. And I can guarantee you that if Trump would have just went quietly into that good night after his defeat in 2020, that none of these prosecutions would be taking place. I can assure you of that, because the timing of all these prosecutions is outright suspicious. In their reply, the prosecutors noted that the case was not yet over. The office still had to provide the judge their recommended repercussions for the former president per the letter. Recommended repercussions, huh? You gotta love them. Gotta love these people. The trial court and reviewing appellate courts have issued numerous orders for the purpose of protecting the fair administration of justice in People v. Trump, and to participate in a public hearing at this time would be potentially detrimental to those efforts, they wrote in the letter. Huh? I wonder how. How would testifying before Congress affect at all their sentencing recommendations and sentencing carrying out of justice, if you will, or carrying out of injustice from a certain perspective, right? Like, how? Yeah, this is an excuse to get out from underneath oversight. But guess what, Democrats, Alvin Bragg? This isn't going to go away. You are going to have to stand before the American people and answer some very, very tough questions. I hope you have your britches tied tight and your boots on, because you are going to be neck deep in shit. Dubeck also asked Jordan's office for more information about the scope and purpose of the proposed hearing and a chance to negotiate a different date. Once again, like I said, these people don't care. They're arrogant as hell. Like, what are y'all going to talk about? What do y'all want to know? No, they want to ask some serious questions about your malicious persecution of Donald Trump. These people should know this outright. It's like they think that they're untouchable. Like, you can't get me, huh? We are the law. Just blows my mind. These people are insane. In the letter, they also said Coangelo's testimony was not out of the picture, but they wanted to evaluate the propriety considering the active status of the prosecution. As if they get to dictate to congressional oversight as to who testifies. If they want you to testify, you're going to testify. They can be compelled to testify before Congress. Like, why would you deny that anyway? I wonder why they would not want to testify in front of Congress. Like, why would you be hiding somebody, right? And these people always say that, oh, the Biden administration had nothing to do with this. But yet, they'll go on to tell you that Merrick Garland instructed Jack Smith as a special counsel to go after Donald Trump. Merrick Garland may not have directed Matthew Coangelo to go to Manhattan, but Matthew Coangelo was third in line under Merrick Garland, and he took a demotion to go from the highest of prosecutors in this country down to a district attorney's office. That's a major demotion and a pay cut, by the way, all to go after Donald Trump. And then you think you're not going to have to answer questions, right? Like, even if there was no malice intent behind all this, it's still very suspicious as to why somebody would take that drastic of a pay cut, that drastic of a demotion, when he didn't have to, right? Like, once again, these people just don't seem to think. It's like they're first order thinkers. They don't seem to think past their next action. Like, they just do something and don't think about the repercussions of what they do. Everything is falling down on these people and is continuing to come out that these people are very corrupt, and they will be held to account if Donald Trump gets put back into office. Most certainly. And then they're going to yell and scream from the tops of buildings, hey, they're turning us into a banana republic. Sorry, you guys done that 3.5 years ago when you went after innocent people for January 6th. The agreement comes as Jordan, who called the outcome of the case a travesty of justice, has threatened to hold back funding from the Justice Department that had been designated for Trump's investigations. Yes, these people need to be held to account. And like I said, Congress is the most powerful institution in this country. They absolutely have the ability to use the power of the purse to absolutely beat people over the freaking head with it when they don't comply with law and order, when they don't comply with actual justice, not this injustice that they're putting onto everybody, but actual justice, holding people to account for their criminal actions. Congress could absolutely withhold funding from the DOJ. They could just shut down their funding whatsoever. Then what are you going to do, Merrick Garland? What are you going to do about that? You're going to have to stop all your political persecutions of innocent people. This would be a good thing. They're threatening to do it, but will they go through with it? That's what I want to know from you guys down in the comment section. Let me know, do you think that they will actually go through with this? And what do you think this hearing is going to be like? What questions are going to come? Are we going to get anything good from this? Let me know what you think down in the comment section. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching, and y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.